Y'all know what time it is.
Time to take these off because I'm not doing the intro wearing these.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Brianna. I am a certified personal trainer, a big, huge biology nerd, and a registered dietitian to be. Today, we gonna have some fun. Lab coat and goggles can only mean one thing, you guys. For the first time on my channel, we are diving headfirst into some hands-on science experiments. Not just any science experiments though, Hanbot science experiments. These are gonna be entertaining, educational as always, and a little bit sticky. And I do mean that literally. Before we proceed, if you love science-based health, wellness, and fitness education with some lulz along the way, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I would seriously appreciate it. Without further ado, let's go. So not sure if I'm gonna make this like into a series. I wanna say this is episode 1 of like Science with Brie or something like that. But to be honest, these Hanbot science videos, like, they can be a little tricky to come by. I don't know, maybe I'm not looking in the right places, so I don't know. Maybe this will be a series, maybe not. I guess you guys will find out if I come out with a subsequent episode to follow. In the meantime, we're going to look all over the shop today. In the lineup today, we have Monate, whatever, and we have Arbonne. They're going to be conducting some of their own experiments, a term I use loosely, to prove, I guess, that their products are superior. So yeah, these first couple are gonna be Monate, and the last one is going to be an Arbonne, which I'm sure you've seen that one before. All right, enough blah blah. So this first video is going to feature Monate Distributors. They're attempting to prove that their heat protectant is superior because of how it protects toast. Of course, I'm going to explain to you why this experiment is nonsense, but let's watch it first. Okay, so that was a reel. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that was real. Okay, let me come back and read some of these. Thermal Protect Styling Shield prevents that by adding a clean protective barrier between your styling tools and your hair. Then she says, this will help maintain your healthy hair. It also helps slow down heat conduction and distribute heat more evenly. Monate Thermal Protect Styling Shield protects from heat up to 450 degrees. I'm assuming that's Fahrenheit. 450 degrees Celsius is quite hot. You wouldn't touch a 350 degree oven without oven mitts, so why would you let a hot tool of that temperature touch your hair without a heat protector? Well, I don't know. When your hair gets heated above 266 degrees, you've entered the hair damage zone. Letting hot tools rest on your hair for several seconds can burn it right off. Yes, it can. So once again, Monate Distributor trying to demonstrate that their heat protectant is capable of protecting bread from the toaster. Just a couple things. Hair and bread are not the same substance. Just FYI. In scientific experimentation, whenever you're trying to test the outcome of a certain stimuli, medication, or what have you on something, the subject being experimented on must be as close as possible to the intended target of the treatment. For example, mice being used in research. The reason why mice and rats are used so often in scientific research is because their physiology and genome is very similar to humans. So in cancer research, when they want to test the effects of a new drug, they're going to use mice as subjects, not a cockroach. So using toast to test the effects of hair products, which are intended for human hair, is like cancer researchers testing cancer drugs on cockroaches. A cockroach's physiology and genetic makeup is just not comparable to humans, so it doesn't make sense to test it on cockroaches. Hair products are for hair, they're not for bread. Bread and hair are not anything alike. So you testing hair products on bread is not proving anything. Next, bread toasts because of a process called dextrinization. Dextrinization is the breakdown of starch into smaller, sweeter molecules called dextrin molecules in the presence of dry heat. So wet bread, whether it be wet with water or a hair product, is not going to toast the same way as dry bread. My hypothesis: I'm going to put a piece of bread in my toaster oven and wet it with anything. We're going to use water probably for this experiment, and it's not going to toast. So let's try this out, guys. Here we are in the lab, i.e. the kitchen. And we are going to play with food for the first experiment. I'm just using this is like a French baguette that I got from Walmart. We're gonna have 2 slices, and 1 slice is gonna be the control slice because you always have to have a control group when you're conducting science experiments. And this is going to be the slice that we are going to apply our treatment to. And I actually forgot to mention, I think I said when I was filming that I was just gonna wet it with anything like water. I have my own heat protectant, so we are going to use this one. This is the one that I use whenever I blow dry my hair. Is it focused?
No.
Okay, it's fine. You don't need to focus. This is not a hair video. Here we go. So, I'm gonna put my heat protectant on 1/2 of my bread, which I'm thinking about this now, and this is like a really sad waste of bread. Let me do a little more. Is that good? Honey. Oh, it smells weird. I mean, this smells good, but it smells weird on the bread.
Smell-o-vision.
All right, ready? Do not look at how dirty my toaster oven is. Put it to toast. Ace says I always burn bread. Do I always burn?
You burn bread constantly,
I don't-
every single time, and bacon.
Bacon?
Yes, you burn the bacon. You're tripping. You burn bacon, you burn bread, and tortillas.
I think you're being just a little bit dramatic.
Not even close.
Yes.
You burn everything you touch.
Let's get the camera out of my face. Since I always burn bread, I wanted to stop it before it got a little bit too far. So let's see the results of our experiment. Here was the untreated bread, and here was the treated bread. Oh, look at that. As you can see, the side of the bread that's been treated with my heat protectant spray is still moist and is not toasted, thus proving that their little science experiment trying to prove that their heat protectant is, I don't know, something special is baloney. So clearly this experiment doesn't really prove much of anything. But what's weird is this is not the only video by a Monet distributor that I've seen doing this to prove their heat protectant works. I guess it's like a thing among Monet distributors, I don't know. Let's move on to the next one. This next one is another Monet distributor, and I find this one very disappointing and upsetting for a couple reasons. The first has to be the fact that we're gonna read the post in a minute, but this person claims to be a science teacher. And if you're a science teacher, why don't you know that this is baloney? And then the second sad thing is that a Monet distributor took advantage of how little money this person probably makes being a teacher. Honestly, it pisses me off how underpaid teachers are. They are not paid enough to deal with people's demon children. Anyway, let's read it. The post is a picture of 2 halves of an apple. And in the post it says, "Science teacher here, want to know why we should protect our hair and scalp? Here's a little science experiment. 1/2 of the apple is left natural. I applied a couple drops of Rejuvenique oil intensive to the other half. I left both halves on the table for 24 hours. Notice all the wrinkles in the unprotected half? That's from dehydration. Our skin, scalp, and hair dehydrate and age more quickly if we leave them without protection. That causes wrinkles, dry, damaged hair that loses its elasticity and doesn't style easily. And it can leave your scalp dry and flaky or oily because your scalp can overcompensate for the lack of moisture." Okay. That was a run-on sentence, but you're a science teacher, so I'll forgive you. But if you add products with essential naturally based oils into your beauty routine, your skin, hair, and scalp will look years younger. Hashtag now you know, hashtag Monet Science, hashtag science. So the purpose of this experiment was to prove the moisture retaining capabilities of Monet Rejuvenique oil. Let's talk about some things. Similar to the last experiment, where the test subject needs to have as similar characteristics as possible to the intended target. Apples are nothing like human hair or skin, but you probably already knew that. And then we have Rejuvenique oil, which is just a cocktail of oils. Some are essential oils. One of the ingredients in Rejuvenique oil is coconut oil. Oils act as a sealant when applied to your hair or skin. When I'm moisturizing my hair, I'll wet it first with whatever moisturizer I'm using and then seal it with some kind of oil. For me, it's usually coconut oil. If I want something a little bit heavier, I'll use castor oil. Using oil over my hair after I moisturize it sort of locks in the moisture, and yes, it does keep it moisturized. I money back guarantee that no matter what type of oil I use on my hair, it will lock in the moisture. My hypothesis, I'm going to use a type of oil, coconut oil and olive oil, because that's what I have here. I will spread it on 2 separate halves of a sliced apple and it will retain moisture, thus proving that Rejuvenique oil is nothing special. And just so you guys know, I have something called oral allergy syndrome, which means I'm allergic to a lot of raw fruits and vegetables. And apples are one of my worst triggers. Apples actually make me very sick when I eat them. So I don't buy apples. I bought this apple specifically for this experiment. When did the price of apples skyrocket? I have no idea because I haven't bought apples in years. You're welcome. So let's try this experiment.
All right, guys, here we are once again in the lab.
We are now experimenting on this red delicious apple, for which prices have skyrocketed and no one has told me. I will start by cutting the apple in half.
Always exercise caution when using sharp objects.
We will leave 1/2 of the apple untreated with nothing as a control. And the other side, the other half, I'm going to do half coconut oil and half extra virgin olive oil, just to test both. So we gotta have some way to, so we know like which half is half.
How about I do like a C for coconut oil, and then we'll do an O for olive oil. So here's coconut oil getting smeared on 1/2. Does that, I feel like that's a lot. I don't know how much Rejuvenique oil she used. Why am I so bad at this?
You are wasting a lot of apples, bread, and coconut
I mean,
oil.
but all right. Now for the olive oil. Okay, I'm just gonna use my finger. That should be good.
Looks like a butt.
It does. All right, guys, so this is gonna have to be a 24-hour experiment. I will leave our apple halves on the counter, and in 24 hours, I will come back and check on it and see the results of our experiment. We'll get back with you then.
Oh, dicks!
We're gonna leave this. So I 1,000,000% forgot about these apples up here. So let's go ahead and check on the results of this experiment. So this is the untreated apple, and this is the treated apple. They both oxidized. Or on this side, both of these, I can still feel the oil on the outside. And actually, now that I'm touching it, this feels a lot more moist. Don't look at my finger. And this one definitely feels a lot drier. I would say that the results of this experiment definitely yield that the oil coating, both of them, the coconut oil and the olive oil, effectively protected the flesh of this apple from drying out too badly. You like apples, there you go.
Okay, so this next one is stupid and dangerous. It's another Monet distributor and she's trying to prove something. I'm not really sure what. So there was the video, and here's the caption. Which dry shampoo do you want on your head? Flammable or non-flammable? You decide. Watch this video to see how Monat's dry shampoo is completely non-flammable. The first dry shampoo I sprayed is Batiste dry shampoo. I used Batiste for years. I thought I was totally fine putting it in my hair, but after much education, I realized just how toxic 99% of dry shampoos are for your hair/scalp. The first 3 ingredients in 99% of dry shampoo is propane, butane, and isobutane. Yuck, this face. Did you know that? I will never stop using Monat's Champ Dry Shampoo. It is completely non-flammable and it's actually healthy for your hair/scalp. Are you a dry shampoo lover? DM me to get the best of the best. So she sprayed Monet dry shampoo and Batiste dry shampoo on an open flame to prove which is more flammable because I'm not sure. So that's true in most, I mean, I don't use dry shampoo, but you know, all you have to do is look it up. The first ingredient in most dry shampoos are butane, propane, and isobutane. These are called chemical propellants, and basically they just help the substance come out of the can at a really high force and high speed. And just so you guys know, I had to do preliminary research on this part. I was not good at chemistry, and I needed a little bit of a refresher before I decided to sit down and talk about it. So you guys are like, oh my god, she's so good at chemistry. No. I got a C in general chemistry when I was in college. Biology was my jam, okay? Chemistry can crawl into a hole and die. I actually did kind of like organic chemistry though. I wasn't great at it, but when I found the right professor, he really made me enjoy it. Anyway, the first ingredient in Monat dry shampoo is tetrafluoropropene. So in my research for this bit, I found that this particular ingredient was supposed to be a safer alternative. To be honest, I wasn't really sure how to go about determining its safety in dry shampoo. But through this research, I actually remember something that I learned in chemistry. All chemical substances have something called an MSDS, which is a material safety data sheet. An MSDS basically just tells you everything you need to know about a certain chemical or substance. So the MSDS information for tetrafluoropropene basically says that it is labeled an extremely flammable gas and may explode if heated. Also, it can cause frostbite apparently. Can't explain that one. Chemistry is effing crazy, you guys. Anyway, so that sucks. Moral of the story is Monat dry shampoo is not more special or safer than probably any other dry shampoo you could buy at Walmart. Based on its chemical data sheet, it's as flammable and dangerous as other dry shampoos you could buy anywhere else. For the angry Monat huns watching this who are about to say, well, why didn't it explode when she sprayed it on the open flame? I don't know. I can't answer that. Chemistry is crazy. Based on the MSDS, it says it is highly combustible and can explode if exposed to heat. So maybe if she used a bigger flame, it probably would have exploded in her face. I'm glad she didn't use a bigger flame. I would never wish anybody to get hurt.
So as I'm editing this video, I took a closer look at that clip of the girl spraying the shampoo over the fire. And I think I may have an explanation for why it didn't kind of burst into flames, like bigger flames, I mean. Like the other dry shampoo that she used. You guys are gonna have to replay it and let me know in the comments, but I took a look at it and I watched it again and again and I zoomed in closer and closer. When she was spraying the Monat dry shampoo, I don't think that she sprayed it directly on the flame. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if I'm crazy. Again, you guys go back and watch it and let me know what you think below in the comments. But I feel like it's pretty obvious she sprayed the Batiste dry shampoo pretty directly on that flame. But I just feel like she didn't spray the Monat shampoo directly on the flame. I feel like she's pointing it down just a little bit, like just before the flame. So like it kind of looks like it's straight on it, but then it might not be. I don't know. I might be completely making this up in my head. So if that's the case, then that right there would be a pretty obvious explanation as to why it didn't, it didn't ignite like the Batiste dry shampoo did. But again, I could just be insane and making things up in my head. You guys rewatch it and let me know what you think below.
Yeah, so I will not be doing this one. And frankly, you shouldn't either. Somebody take fire away from her. And now we come to the last one. I have saved the best for last. If you follow Kiki Chanel, then you have without a doubt seen this last clip. So Kiki featured this one in one of her illustrious anti-MLM videos. I think it's an IGTV or I don't really know what it is. Someone sent this to me a while ago. I'm talking like over a month ago. It's been sitting in my YouTube album in my phone since then. I enjoyed hearing Kiki talk about it. I agreed with everything she said. But today we are going to further elaborate on why this Hun's science experiment is anything but science. Roll clip.
A big old chunk of a jelly. So if you guys, you can see it's just in the bowl, big old chunky jelly jam, whatever you want to call it. We add our digestion. Let's see what happens. Here we go. This one's harder to mix, honestly. Let's see. Let's watch that jelly. Oh my gosh. Oh. You guys, it's like instantly liquid. What? Look, this, Whoa! That is the power of having digestive enzymes and a pre and a probiotic, you guys. I don't even know if you can like, how crazy is this? Literally shows you the importance of having good gut health right here. And that's 1 pack. Looks like a syrup, like a medicine. Oh, it's crazy. That's gonna digest so much better in your gut than if you were to not use a probiotic and all of that goodness. You guys, how wild is that?
It's gonna digest so much better in your gut than if you were to use a probiotic. My dear, you ever heard of something called hydrochloric acid? Oh, jeez.
I'm shook. Okay, next one. So let's say you had a cheat day, or you ate, I don't know, you just ate really bad, or who knows. I want to show you the power. So I found this at my parents'. It's just like cookie dough, edible. It's disgusting. I would never eat this.
So disgusting, I would never eat this. Oh my god. It's very annoying how sometimes they kind of like elevate themselves above like eating junk food, what they call bad food. Because edible cookie dough is just so terrible, right? The decline of all human civilization is because of edible cookie dough. Please get off your high horse.
I'm just gonna put it in this bowl. Ooh, okay. Just 1 big scoop. And then I'm gonna add our Digestion Plus and let's see what happens. Okay. And we're gonna, this one's hard to mix. Ooh. So we'll see what happens on this bad boy. Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna freak out. Did you guys see that splash? Yeah. It's literally turning into a liquid. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is the power of prebiotics, probiotics, and digestive enzymes. Like, imagine that chunk of cookie dough trying to digest versus
Imagine that chunk of cookie dough trying to digest. I ask again, have you ever heard of a little thing called hydrochloric acid? In addition to digestive enzymes, which we'll talk more about in a minute, it helps your body further break down food that you eat. Hydrochloric acid is created by the parietal cells in your stomach. Your little Arbonne Digestive Plus is no match for hydrochloric acid.
this. It's, you guys, it's liquid. That is the power of this packet and why this is so important to stay consistent with. Like, that is crazy to me. Get some Digestion Plus, people.
There's a lot to unpack here. I have many questions, but the most important one that is weighing on my mind right now is, what does this prove? She is acting like if you eat junk food, if you eat a cookie, if I eat some jelly that I spread on my toast, she's acting like it's just gonna sit in my stomach and like not do anything. I don't wanna be mean here, but like, you need a lesson like in some basic biology. Like, it is basic biology. The way she's talking about this stuff, she's acting like your body can't digest anything unless you take this stupid little stick powder or whatever. By the way, those things are not cheap, and she just wasted 2 of them on their little science experiment that she's doing. Girl, what are you doing? So let's talk about a few things here. She keeps calling this supplement digestive enzymes. What are digestive enzymes? Digestive enzymes are substances that your body naturally produces to help break down food and make it easier for your body to absorb through the digestive tract. You have 3 main digestive enzymes that help you break down the macronutrients, carbs, fats, and proteins of the foods that you consume. Amylase breaks down carbs. Proteases break down proteins, and lipases break down fats. Most enzymes are secreted by your pancreas, but there are other parts of the food digestion chain where your body secretes enzymes as well. For example, in your mouth, you have salivary amylase in your saliva, which helps your body start to break down carbohydrates before they arrive in your stomach.
What are you doing?
Filming.
Well, you look like a sexy scientist.
Shut up.
Conduct some experimentation on getting me naked.
Honey.
You filming?
Yes, it's recording. You didn't hear me talking? I apologize for that inappropriate interruption. In those of us who are healthy, our bodies make digestive enzymes, and there's no reason to take them, but there are some medical conditions that warrant the need for some people to self-administer digestive enzymes. One example is the disease cystic fibrosis. Cystic fibrosis is a genetic disorder that's caused by a mutation on chromosome 7. Most people with cystic fibrosis have to take digestive enzymes around mealtime because the ducts on their pancreas, which normally secrete digestive enzymes into their stomach, are clogged. Whenever your food is not broken down by digestive enzymes, this can actually cause severe malnourishment. So now that we know what digestive enzymes are, let's take a look at this Arbonne Digestive Plus supplement and see what's in it. On the website, it says that the key ingredients are prebiotics. Prebiotics are different than probiotics. I personally like to think of prebiotics as like food or fertilizer for probiotics. So key ingredients are prebiotics, probiotics, and digestive enzymes. I'm not gonna go through every single one of these, but let's just look at a couple here. The first enzyme they have listed is fungal protease. Fungal protease is, as the name suggests, derived from fungus. I'm sorry. What's wrong with the protease I already have? Why do I need protease from fungus? Furthermore, real digestive enzymes are only available via a prescription from a medical doctor. The enzymes found in prescription digestive enzymes are actually usually pig-derived. They come from animal sources, not fungus. So this experiment is terrible for a lot of reasons, but the biggest reason has to be the fact that she's not even considering the role that real digestive enzymes and hydrochloric acid play. She's not testing these foods under the conditions that they'd be met with upon digestion. Both the jelly and the cookie dough that she used are high in carbohydrates. So as soon as they enter your mouth, they probably start being broken down by salivary amylase. I'm gonna be honest, you guys, I wanna try this one, but I don't know how it's gonna play out. I have jelly like she does, and I actually have cookie dough. My cookie dough is not edible, even though half of it is gone, and I have not been baking cookies at all. Don't eat raw cookie dough. Also, I don't have any hydrochloric acid, because I'm not a chemistry teacher or a serial killer, which I feel like is the main demographic of people who use hydrochloric acid. All right, despite all this, let's play with food anyway and see what happens. My hypothesis: I will mix both jelly and cookie dough in separate bowls with water, and they will eventually liquefy. I believe this will be the case because the water will help to loosen up the consistency, and me agitating the mixture with a fork or a whisk will manipulate the texture to make it looser. Let's try this. And here we are for the final experiment back in the lab. First thing that Arbonne distributor used was jelly, and I happen to have some grape jelly right here. What I'm gonna do is squirt a little bit of this, horrible toxic grape jelly. I hope I have enough.
That looks so gross.
It looks super gross.
Making a bunch of poo sounds.
It is. That is, just for the record, that is not me. All right, I feel like that's enough. I actually think that might be more than what she used. All I'm gonna use is my fork to agitate the texture. And all I'm going to do is add, I think I'm gonna add a tablespoon of water. I added 1 tablespoon of water, which might have been a lot. And now we're just gonna mix. We're gonna mix.
Wow, look at it all separate.
Oh my gosh. All right, wait a minute. This is too liquidy. Let's just keep mixing. Maybe it'll get better. Oh God, making a mess. Okay. I think we added too much water. It's like too liquidy now. I think we may have messed up this experiment. Not a good water to jelly ratio.
Let's use this. Pour water into this.
Put water directly into that?
Yes.
Okay. I guess that might work.
That'll be $5.
What? Remember guys, this is all in the name to disprove dumb Monate science experiments. Arbonne science experiments. This looks like less than what we put in there, so I'm gonna add like 1/4 of a teaspoon. Just a splash. There you go. And then just shake it up.
Yeah.
Shut up. Okay, So let's squirt it out now and see what happens. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Oh
liquefied.
my god, it's liquefied.
Oh
Whoa.
my god.
Alpha, it's liquefied.
Oh my god. I should stop looking at it. Okay. Do we want to try it with cookie dough?
No.
You don't?
You're not gonna waste cookie dough in the name of this fucking... Don't you dare take my cookie dough.
Don't eat raw cookie dough. Alright guys, well Ace does not want me to use cookie dough, so that's gonna have to be the end of this experiment. Okay, so I will accept responsibility for the fact that this experiment did not come out exactly how I wanted. I definitely overestimated how much water I would need, but my opinions still stand. This was a dumb experiment, and there was no reason for her to waste her expensive products to do this. It proved nothing. They're not digestive enzymes. Don't listen to Monet distributors or Arbonne distributors. In conclusion, not all of these experiments have the exact outcome that I expected. However, all of them get the exact same badge from me. They are nonsense MLM products which you do not need for any reason. I would also like to add that I find it very dangerous that this Arbonne distributor keeps referring to their digestive supplement as digestive enzymes because there are, like I said, conditions for which people who really do need to take digestive enzymes. You never know what could happen. You never know who's listening or who's watching. Like somebody who should be taking their actual digestive enzymes that have been prescribed to them by their doctor may ditch that and start just using Arbonne supplements without reading the label. Or they may see the label and see fungal protease and be like, oh, well this has protease, just like my Zenpep does, so I don't need my Zenpep anymore. I can take Arbonne because it's all natural and clean. Like, that could really hurt people. We have distributors in these multi-level marketing companies, and I'm not even just pinpointing them, you guys. Like, there are people who just shill products that they claim to be a cure-all for, you know, weight loss or digestion or whatever, and they really know nothing about the products that they're talking about. And it's dangerous that they're talking to people who are incorrectly educated and who are not correctly informed about nutrition. It's dangerous and it's reckless. And my advice to all of you guys is, as usual, do not listen to these people. All right, if you made it to the end of this video, how much fun was that? Thank you so very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys like this video, obviously give it a thumbs up and subscribe and do something with the bell too. Let me know down below how you guys feel about this one, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye. Zeus is in here hanging out with me. Hey, boo-boo. Hey, baby. What? Oh, he's sad because he can't go on a walk. This video is being recorded the week after the dogs had that bad fight and they both attacked Zeus, and he's still like technically supposed to be on bed rest, and it's just like, it's killing him because he's so like active and he's such a, I know, he's such a high energy dog, and it's like, it's been really hard to keep him still. Ace took the other two for a walk, and he knows they're on a walk without him, and I think he's really upset. It's okay, baby. It'll be your turn. It'll be your turn soon. You wanna let everybody know you're okay? Hey, you wanna let everybody know you're okay? No? Come on. Say bye. Say bye. Oh, you can't even be bothered, huh? Say bye. Bye.